Hey everybody, it's Brendan. I just wanted to take a minute, share something that crossed my mind. It's nothing to do with peppers, so if you're only here for peppers, stick around because you might, I don't know. I had a thought the other day that spiraled out of control at work, and it started out simple enough and just kind of blew up into a really pleasant thing, and I just thought I'd give it a whirl, unleash it on mankind. As I get older, I'm only 41, so I know I'm not old, but as I get older, because this is the oldest I've ever been, okay. As I get older, I realize that I care less and less about what people think of me. And I know that sounds, I don't care what people think, but it's more like I don't put concern with, you know, I'm just going to be me and not worry if somebody approves of it or something like that. And at the end, at the end of the day, you only really have to make sure you're happy. You should only worry about how you feel. You don't need to worry about your friends or your wife or husband, co-workers, or anything like that. Well, you don't have to worry about your friends because they're your friends. They should know, and they probably put up with you, and if they know you're weird, they're probably weird too, and that's fine. Or you're not weird, you know, that's not the word And your husband or wife, they love, respect, and trust you. So you're fine. And actually, if you're in a relationship where there's no love or trust, you don't have time for that. There's absolutely no time for that. I wish people realized that they're gonna die. And I wish people realized how beautiful awareness is and consciousness and the gifts that we are given to be alive in the first place. Even the simple fact that everything came together to make you something aware of the universe is a pretty big deal. The fact that we have up here a little fleshy thing of brain matter that allows us to take outside stimuli and turn it into experience is so amazing that it's actually really dark up there. There's no light, there's no sound, there's no anything, but what you have up here translates, and in here, and in here, and in here, translates up here into beautiful experience. We are given the gift to be able to see the most beautiful colors, the most beautiful art, the most wonderful sunsets. We're given the gift to be able to hear the most beautiful sound, a babbling brook, our friends saying I love you, our significant others laughing. We have the ability to make and taste food so good it actually disrupts your brain via memory into better places. How amazing is that we can do that? And with all that light and all that everything, someday, for all of us, that light will go out. It happens to every single one of us. You are not special. We're not special. Self-importance is a big thing that I might touch on today. I'm not sure. But someday that light's going to go out. Let's use the number 75. Let's say you live to 75. That's decent, right? How many more Christmases do you have? How many more fall colors do you have? How many more grow seasons do you have? You don't have time. You just, so going back, if you're in a relationship without trust or love or respect, you literally don't have time for that. Have a good time. Try to just be brave enough to live, because like I said, this gift is otherworldly. We have this just wonderful consciousness, and awareness is so strong. But at the end of the day, going back, at the end of the day, you only really have to make yourself happy, honestly. But at the end of the line, that's when you really only have yourself to make happy. If you do the God thing, you don't have to worry about that. He knows you're coming. He'll talk to you in a minute. Don't worry about it. Take care of now up here. The fact that we're made from the elements of the universe is beautiful. It's poetic. It really is. The simple fact that stars blew up and made you who you are is astounding. But that bag of trash in your kitchen that's overflowing that you keep neglecting to take out, it's made of the same atoms too. However, it's not aware. It's not conscious. It doesn't have the gift to see. A deer doesn't know how valuable a sunset is. Then again, a deer doesn't think it's 8 o'clock and has to get up for work. So, you know, take that and who wins? Am I right? But the fact that we're made up of stardust is poetic and wonderful. I really think that self-importance is different. You are not important. We're not important, but it's important to be important to each other. Does that work? In a life that no matter what will end, it's up to us to make it worth living. And how we do that, well, frame of mind is really important. It's so easy to go into a situation and say, this is gonna suck, or I hope this doesn't suck. You're automatically predisposed to have a better time. One last thing for self-importance and all this other stuff. I know it's old hat, and probably a lot of you have heard of it, but take the time to look up Pale Blue Dot with Carl Sagan. You might have heard it before, but probably take a chance to listen. And what problem I have with people is that nobody listens. When you hear something, it triggers something up here, a thought or an inspiration, and you focus on what you're about to say when this person is done talking to you. Don't do that. Just listen. And when they're done, give it a second. You'll be fine. It's worth hearing other people, usually, anyway. But I digress. Take a minute to look up Carl Sagan's Pale Blue Dot, and really listen to it, and really look at that photo that was taken from Saturn. It's interesting how small and infinitesimal, is that the word? We are. But also regard it this way. That photo was taken in our cosmic, like the other end of the couch. Imagine trying to find a photo of us from our cosmic down the driveway, or across the street, or across the neighborhood, or our cosmic across the state, and really, really take into account how important we are. It's kind of dreadful to think we're not important, but it's also enlightening and humbling to realize everything's going to be okay. Everyone is okay. We're all here together, and it's up to us. It's really important to be important to those who are important to you, but it's really not important to be important to everybody else. Self-importance is a sham, I think. What's interesting is, or not, I don't know, maybe that was interesting. This all started simply because at work I decided to think, you know what? I don't really care what people think of me, and I think football is stupid. I think it's part of a system designed to keep you fat, sedated, and distracted. So when they fuck you over, you're too fat, you're too sedated, and you're too distracted to care. Or, if you are aware, okay, I'm gonna watch, CSI. And then it just it didn't go that direction, which is fine. That was pretty harsh. And it just kind of went this way into the whole cosmic awareness. But I just wanted to share that. It's just a belief I have. It's not a belief, it's an idea. Ideas are better than beliefs because it's really hard to change a belief. If someone comes along and tells me something that challenges an idea I have, I will absolutely listen. And I have no problem changing ideas. Absolutely not. Anyway, be well. See ya.